And I suppose maybe one of the things that I'm seeing that these narratives are flourishing so much is also the fact that, I don't know if I can, I don't know if people will be insulted, but we do tend to be not very literate in Africa. So in other words, people don't want to go look at things for themselves. So if the culture is moving that way, I can move that way. Or if there are people that seem like I can trust them, that are public speakers, that are saying all of this, and we sort of easily get swayed and we do these things. But I guess maybe the question would be, how important is it for you to go study the Bible for yourself, for you to do some other research outside of that, and really be equipped to deal, because we're in a very, very awkward season in our time and country. Yeah.
You're not being insulted when you're saying that, but you're being correct. Look, the culture, the way it's formed, you understand the different cultures that exist in South Africa, primarily the dominant cultural system, the Western culture and the African culture. The Western culture, the individual defines society. African culture, society defines the individual. So they come from two different ends. One is individualistic, one is communal. A communal culture has plus and negatives. An individual culture has plus and negatives. One inter-individual culture encourages entrepreneurship, it encourages adventures, how to go out and try new things, industrious, personal accountability, but it can also bring up in terms of selfishness and also abuse and certain things. So that is plus, and communal culture encourages hospitality, encourages communal for focus and care for each other. It takes a village to raise a child, all those altruisms. But also it encourages an environment of lack of personal accountability, where you are just a collectivist mindset, where you cannot think independent of a collective. Otherwise, you'll be censored, you'll be isolated. So therefore, what you're appealing for is that people, while they are so-called homogeneous groups, they still have a mind that is independent. They are given their own mind. We're not given a collective mind. We might have a mindset, but we have our own individual mind, which we have a right to exercise. And exercise the mind means you become critical. You even question me as a preacher, as Paul was facing Berea, where they went and searched the scriptures to see if the things that Paul spoke about are true. And so, therefore, people just research themselves. They check, okay, the Bible is written by white people to oppress black people. Okay, let's put the Bible aside. Let's just deal with that that's even logical. Let's forget the echo chamber. Let's forget how it sounds like politically, how the fact that it's politically correct and gives you platforms and you sound like you're intelligent. Let's just deal with the logic of that. That a pagan continent could have written a text which talks about a history which they did not live in, and certain things like that. And so, therefore, people need to just do the basic research on certain things and concepts. They would have discovered that things like, as you told someone, circumcision, divination, these are foreign things that people now think they can't live without, but they were never invented by us. And I ask people all the time, what were men then in Africa before circumcision? Were there no men before? Were they all just they die boys? Because the practice is about 200 or 300 years old in the Apostle land. So what happened prior to that? Were your grandfathers all boys until they died? You never had men prior to their adoption. Are you going to claim that everybody who doesn't do it like Zulus are boys? I mean, what are the results? Let's see the persons, what their achievement is. Are they have good families? Are they achieving? Are they in education? How do you prove your superiority of your practice to other people practically and not theory? How do you say practically you are better off by doing this compared to somebody who doesn't do it? Show us the advantage you have when you consult the dead, when you got dual assistance, I call it. You can pray to God and ancestors. You have double assistance. Show that it's advantageous to you compared to somebody who just prays to God. Show that you have a superiority.